Hi, this is Trevor Conquergood. Welcome to this week's RNK Software Club's video for the week. And our topic for this week is how to combine segments together. This is also known as branching, and the idea is you can um, connect things together so that there's less jumping involved. And so let's go ahead and bring my workspace nice and large, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So first of all, the tool is up here. It's called Combine. And it's currently not available. To be able to use Combine, then you'll need to select two or more of the same kind of segment. So let me explain. I'll use my ellipse tool and draw an ellipse and then create some kind of a satin stitch out of it. So now I have a satin stitch segment, and let's make a copy of it. So now we have, let's say, two of them, and let's make another copy. So we now have three of them, and let's make the third one big enough that it kind of like, oh, it touches the other ones, like that. So here we have three different segments, and if I was to turn off 3D and watch them stitch out, you would see, well, first of all, we're going to watch the rectangles, but notice it does the first one, jumps down and does the second one, and then jumps and does the third, and they're not really connected. There's each one is treated individually, and so the point is that we can use our combine tool to select all three of those shapes that we've created and combine them with the tool here looks like a paper clip over a page. And notice when I click on that the segment becomes one segment instead of three individual segments, and the icon updated to be a common it's no longer three separate ellipses, it's one segment. And so the benefit to that is now I can use my shape tool and I can set, for example, where I want the embroidery to begin and where I want the embroidery to finish. That can be any place I want. And it will organize all of the sewing so that when it does the embroidery for the ellipses, it will jump to the place where I told it to begin, and it will do the underlay first, and then it will organize all of the spots to get to wherever we requested that to be finished. And so combining is also known as branching. And so if somebody asks, can you do branching? The answer is yes, I can branch. So let me give another example. I'll just use my artwork tool and draw a line and right click, and I'll draw another line and right click, and another line, right click, and another line, and you could have all of the sort of lines that you had in your whole plant or whatever it appears that I'm trying to draw here. All of these lines that I've drawn, if I select them all and convert them into run stitch, will be treated individually. And so, of course, it will stitch them, and it looks great, but when you stitch it, there's a lot of jumping to get from the first run stitch to the second run stitch, etc. And so the way to, I guess, connect all of these things together is to select them all. And I just drew a box with the select tool to select, but you could select them here in your sequence tree as well. But I've selected all of the run stitch pieces, and now I can use my combine tool to tell the program that this is all one run stitch. I just drew them, at separate times. And that way I can control the beginning where it will start sewing and the ending, where it shall finish sewing, and the software will organize all of the stitches to account for the entry and the exit point that you get to choose. And so it's a way of combining things together to improve your sewing sequence. It's called the combine tool. Some people refer to it as branching. You can easily do it in Floriani as long as all of the segments are the same kind. So you need to have all run stitch or all satin stitch for this to be fully successful. If you have a variety of different segments, then it doesn't work the same way. Yeah, so branching, the opposite of branching is to select those shapes, and notice beside the combine tool is the break apart. So the opposite of combine is break apart. And once I click break apart, we are back to the individual segments that we started with. So it's totally something you can undo and redo if you want to. Again, I can select on my group of combined run stitches and click on break apart to return back to the individual lines that they were. And so today's video is really about learning how to use the combine tool and the break apart tool to affect the sequencing of your embroidery. We hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.